Hello my beauties and welcome to my channel. Today my first impression on the Copper Spice palette by 50/50 Makeup. So if you want to know my initial thoughts on this palette and how I created this look, just have to keep on watching. So guys, don't freak out. I know it's brown. I know, but I do like how it turned out. The look and my final thoughts will be at the end of the video, but now I just want to say a little bit about this palette. This palette is my very first PR. And it's just so freaking cool. So yeah, when they sent me a message on Instagram saying that they wanted to send me this eyeshadow palette, I was blown away. I was speechless, and that doesn't happen to me often. I was moved. I was really moved, and they told me that they wanted to send this palette as a thank you because I believed in them and I had supported them, and yeah, I was just like, yeah, but your products are good, so yeah, of course, you know. And I was just so, I still really can't believe it that they just sent me this palette to thank me for supporting them. In turn, they are actually also, well, supporting me, if that makes sense, and liking what I do. You know, they didn't have to do this. So yeah, thank you 50/50 Makeup. I still just cannot believe that you sent me this palette as a thank you. And yeah, I do know that you are making other goodies, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with next. But everyone, go check out 50/50 Makeup. You know, they're very, very sweet. They have a fantastic philosophy and they have amazing products. The eyeshadow palettes that they launched before this, I have one of them. I know the other one is the same formula and it is amazing. It's amazing. So go check them out. I will stop rambling and gushing now. And no, did I say that it's not sponsored? Anyway, I am going to show you how I achieved this look in just a minute. I like how it turned out. I am sorry, I was trying to make a soft neutral look. But yeah, if you have been with me a little while longer, you know that I like doing bold looks. So this is kind of soft for me. I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to insert the rest of the video where I show you how I achieved this look. Yeah, after that I will give you my first impression on the eyeshadows that I used of this palette. Have fun watching. I will see you on the other side. So, the Copper Spice palette of 50/50 Makeup. This is quite a thingy because, you know, give me a colorful palette and I do a look, give me a neutral palette and I'm kind of lost. So yeah, let's see what we can create today. This is my first time really creating an eye look with this. I used this palette before in my Halloween look. I will plop a picture up here. And I used this palette to, well, contour and shade and all that goodness. But I didn't really create a look with it yet, so I'm going to do that today. And I'm kind of scared, to be honest. You know, I know how I can layer color and what colors I can blend together and what colors I need to be careful with because they can turn muddy. But I don't really know how that works with neutrals. So yeah. I have already applied my foundation and concealer and eye primer. I didn't set my eye primer. I did set underneath my brows just a little bit. But yeah, let's just, I don't know, create a neutral look, a warm look, I don't know. That will be pretty there. So maybe, because I usually tend to go for warmer looks, so I was looking at this part, but these look also very interesting. So maybe I'm going to play with these and then these and something like that probably. So yeah, you know, I can say it's going to be a soft neutral look, but it probably isn't, just so you know. Let me start with this one. So I'm starting with an angled brush. Oh, let me zoom you in a little. Like so. Okay. And let's start with the darkest color. So this one. I'm going to plop that, my outer corner and my crease. I'm just pressing it on. And now I see that it is showing up, so that is good. So let's do the same on the other eye. Something like that. I'm going to take a different brush. Let's get, so I have a clean brush here. And let's fade it out a bit, see if that works. Just want to do that a little because I'm going to actually blend it out with another color. I just want to make that line not as harsh, like so. Now I'm going to take this color, the lighter color, to blend out the first color. So I'm taking a bit on my brush. Darn, I'm still not used to that brush. So I'm taking my favorite. I just feel I have a little bit more control of that. And I'm using the same color, the lighter one. I'm just going to go over that edge. And I'm placing the lighter shadow a little bit above the first one. And then I'm going to blend them a bit together using circular motions. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my brush, because I don't really want to lose the darkness of that color. But I probably need to bring it back a little bit, it doesn't matter. And as you can see, where I placed the shadow, I'm actually not blending below that. So I'm keeping in the same line. So I'm starting at the outer part and then doing the circles in instead of out. Because if you go with your circles out, you drag the shadow that way, and I don't want that. But they blend really, really nicely. I think that is pretty, but I do want a little bit of that darker shade back, just here. So I'm tapping my brush in that darker shade. And I'm just lightly placing it where I want it, looking forward sometimes. And I do the same thing with color. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, do I want it a little bit higher? Yeah, I think so. So I'm just looking forward and placing that darker shadow where I want it, so that I can see how high I need to bring it. Then I'm taking that lighter color again, and I'm just going to go over the edge on top to bring that shadow a little bit higher and to make sure that I can see it everywhere, if that makes sense. And the reason I'm blending it more together now is because I don't like the way that that dark edge is looking. I'm just going to blend this out and plop the dark shade a little bit lower. But they blend nicely into each other. That's pretty. Okay. Let's do the same thing on the other eye first. So I'm taking that lighter shade again, blending out the edge, and I'm just doing the same thing that I did on my other eye. So blending them together, checking my furthest mirror to see if the shadows are high enough. Okay, now I'm just going to fade this line a little bit, actually just pulling it in. Yes, yes. Okay, let me take just a little bit of a darker brown. This one is a black. Well, I could do the black as well. Let's do the black. Let's go crazy and do the black. So just a little bit. I don't want it too dark, and that is going here in my outer corner here, and I'm just pressing it down, and then I'm going to blend it into the crease. And I don't mind if I don't see this black. I just want the crease a bit more defined. Let's use this brush for that. That is why I'm using this brush, because this one is really soft and small and fluffy, and I just want to blend them together and not really fade them out. So other brush, a tad of the black, switching brushes and blending everything. Now, as you can probably see, I'm not really the best at a soft neutral look, but then again, I think you knew that. Bring a little bit of a shadow underneath my eyes. So I have a pencil brush, and I think I'm going to start with this color, because I'm kind of liking the way how it looks, and I don't want it to be too, I don't know what I'm doing. It's neutral, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I need a different brush. I don't know if it will work, but let me try this one. I'm going into the same color. Yes, that is getting there. Let me take my pencil brush again and then go into this one, which is a little bit darker. Just with the tip. And I do have some fallout, but not a lot. I'm actually placing this on top of my lashes and then smoking it out a bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Okay. Let's plop something underneath my brow bone, because you know, why not? So let me clean the brush. You clean? Yes. Let me use this one, which is a kind of a cool tone peachy color or something, I don't know. And let's plop that underneath the brow bone. Something like that. Now let's use the shimmers. And let's use them with a brush first, because I can. I have a small detail brush here. I want this color somewhere, probably on the outer part of my eye, and I usually spray them, but let's see, they are a bit soft. Okay, so this is without spraying. I do have a bit of fallout. Okay, let's try spraying. Nice. And now I can kind of feel it sticking to my eye, which is good. It's a pretty color. Okay, let's stop there. I'm just going to dry my brush a bit and then do the same thing on the other eye. And what I actually want to do, because I like that, is bring that color down a bit as well. But for that I want to, I'm just going to try it with the same brush. So I'm dabbing my brush in so I can get it on the tip, then spray it. and press it on my lashes. Connect it. And I personally just like that. I like a bit of sheen underneath my eyes. I think it's pretty. So let's do the same thing here. Yes, pretty. Okay. I'm going to clean off. I only have one of those really tiny brushes. I'm going to clean it off. And yes, I do prefer to use a sponge tip, but I know not everyone has one. I just want to show you how these would work with a brush. Now I want this color, and I want that in the inner part of my eye, and they are actually really soft, these shimmers, and a little bit crumbly, and that is why I either use a sponge tip, my finger, or I spray it. Oh, that's pretty. Let's bring it up a bit. Taking a little bit more and going over the edge. Yes. Let's bring it around. I want a little bit more underneath of that lighter color. I'm just connecting it with the color that I have there already. I think it looks pretty. Okay, just for funsies, and because my sweater is a bit red, let's get this one. That's the red coppery shimmer. And let's put a little bit somewhere in the center of my eye, because I can. I'm trying to fade it out, and that is working. Huh, pretty. Okay. That is almost done. What I'm going to do now is the rest of my makeup. I will apply mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, all that goodness, and will show you the look just before I put on my falsies. So hold on, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. So here is, well, the look just before my falsies. And I think it is very nice. Everything I used will be down in the description box. I will tell you what lippy I used. It is one from L'Oreal, the Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick from Le Chocolat. And it is in the color 858, Oh My Choc. So that's the color I have on now. It's a new one. I got two colors, and the other one is Candyman in 842, which is a little bit more pink, but I thought let's use this one today. So yeah, this is the look so far, just before my falsies. I will go plop on my falsies, and then I will give you, well, my first impression. So hold on, don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. So this is how the look turned out with my falsies on. I think it's pretty. The falsies I used are the Ardell Demi Wispies, and again, everything will be listed down in my description box. First impression of this palette is I'm just freaking intimidated by it, to be totally honest with you. You may laugh, you may say, but why? Why? Because it is a neutral palette. This one I'm not intimidated by, because I know how to work with colors, and I have, to be honest with you, the first palettes that I bought were not all neutral palettes. They had colors in them as well. They were more warm toned palettes, but this is the first all neutral palette that I have, and it contains warm neutrals, it contains cool neutrals, and I think even neutral neutrals, if that makes sense. And I have no idea if I can just blatantly combine, for instance, these two. you know, a cool brown and a warm brown. I don't know. I've never done that. So yeah, I do know what happens if I want to blend a purple and a green. That will turn brown. So I know how to work with that. But to be honest, I don't really know how to work with browns. And I thought, well, you know, what I had in my head today was a soft neutral look. Well, you can see how it turned out. It's not really soft. It's a bit smoky and such. So it's not really a soft neutral look. I do want to do at least 2 looks with this palette. But because I have now a total of 3 palettes, or even more, but 3 companies that I need to do a review on and multiple looks in a video, I will probably stick to 2 looks, because otherwise it will take so long before they are up, and I think that's just a shame. I just want to plop them out, well, faster than that. So I will probably start with this one, because this is their fall palette and it was a limited edition as well. I will link it down below. The shadows that I used, first impression on those, they blend nicely. I don't think that I'm patchy, at least for me I am not. So those cool tone browns worked really nicely. I could easily build them up, I could nicely blend them out. The shimmers are very pretty. As you saw, they are very loosely pressed, so they're very soft and a bit crumbly, just so you know that you need to either apply it with your fingers, with a damp brush, or with a sponge tip applicator, or just use your eye, do your eyes first. Today I used the shimmers with a small packing brush that I sprayed after I put the shadow on, but my preferred method is often a sponge tip applicator. I do know that not all of you have that, and I want to know how the shadows perform either way, because, you know, I don't know, sometimes I cannot find my sponge tip applicator in all the brushes that I have, and I just take a brush. So yeah, I am going to play more with this. The shadows that I use are very nice, and I don't really know the staying power yet. I did use an eyeshadow primer, but I always use an eyeshadow primer with all my eyeshadows. So yeah, first impression is really positive. I like the shadows that I used. I like how the look turned out. I will try my best to do a soft neutral look as well. I will try. But for me, this is just kind of intimidating. Normally when I look at a palette, I can see color combinations that I can do, and for this one I just need to plan ahead a little bit more. So yeah, it's a learning curve for me. I do, however, wish that it was cardboard packaging, because I just prefer cardboard packaging. I don't mind that this one doesn't contain a mirror. I don't really care about that. But I would have liked it to be cardboard. But that is just me personally. And yeah, this was it for my first impression on the Copper Spice palette by 50/50 Makeup. All their information will be down below. The link to the palette will be down below as well. Again, thank you 50/50 for sending me this palette. It's just so... yeah, when I got your messages, it was just a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. You know, I'm not big. I'm a very, very tiny channel. And yeah, thank you just for, well, you thanked me for believing in you and supporting you. But thank you back for also believing in me and supporting me back with this pretty palette that you sent me. So yeah, if you have never seen or heard from 50/50 Makeup, I did a few videos. I will link them everywhere. I will leave all their information down below. Go check them out. They are a fantastic Dutch-based indie brand that ship internationally. So yeah, this concludes my first impression on the Copper Spice by 50/50 Makeup. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. hit the subscribe button if you want to see more neutral looks. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more colorful looks and don't like neutral looks. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see a combination of neutral and color. Or if you just, well, like me. Or something like that. Anyway, the things that are coming is a full review and multiple looks in a video with the Copper Spice. Also, one is coming with an eyeshadow palette from AliExpress, a tiny one, and from my makeup edition palettes that I got sent to me by a dear friend of mine. So yeah, those are all coming. So if you want to hear my thoughts on those goodies, you just have to hit that subscribe button. I don't know when they will be up. I will do my best to upload them as soon as possible. For now, this is it. I am signing off. I wish you all a great day, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.